So I was planning to make a vlog for my trip to California for VidCon, but why do that when I can animate? I mean, who needs to record? All I need is, up here. Alright, now let's try and make this video ASAP before this topic is no longer relevant. Please don't procrastinate me. Now, knowing my current sleep schedule as someone who's usually going to bed at around 4 in the morning, and the fact that I had to get up at 4 in the morning to catch my flight, this day of travel didn't seem too much fun. Now, when I arrived at LAX, I'd already been up for almost 17 hours, and in California, it was only 1 PM. There's a fly in my room. Piss off, fly! Go away. I had already been up for a full day by the time I met up with the people staying in my AirBNB. Oh yeah, I spent my week bunking with these losers. I'm just kidding. I'm the loser. I love you all. And a 40-minute Uber drive later, we arrived at our destination. Drumroll, please. Carl's Jr. I ordered me some chips. And after finishing this ravishing potato snack dipped in sugary tomato paste, I needed to use the bathroom. Now, I don't know if this is just Carl over here, but the latrines were very, interesting. But Mad, what do you mean? Oh, sorry, my mistake. I didn't realize that ice sitting in a urinal was normal. Now, just before we all scampered off to the Airbnb, Ivan, Corey, and the girls all went to check out the place and grab the keys, leaving the 4 of us with all the luggage. Then Ivan got back.
Dude, the Airbnb host was an edgelord and an absolute unit. When he was giving us a tour, he kept peeking around corners and sneaking around. He told us if we ever ran into management to tell them that we were his family friends. Pretty sure he was renting out his place illegally.
And what was the Airbnb like? Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. What the fuck? After we dropped our bags off, we went to Walmart to buy some supplies since the only thing we had was out-of-date strawberry Nesquik. Even though I love strawberry Nesquik, I don't think it packs much nutrition. After picking up some ingredients for French toast and a few things we would likely never eat, we dropped it off at our Airbnb, then headed out to Mars's house to see everyone. And when we arrived, I saw a silhouette of 2 people outside the front. Who was that? Adam? Adam from Something Else YT. Yeah! Doesn't sound like Adam at all. Yeah, it's me. It's me, Adam. Yo, it's Mads. Oh, Mads. Hey.
Mads?
James? James from VidCon US.
Mads!
Mads from Markiplier. After a brief explanation of the ground rules from Mars, featuring a katana for some reason, the night had began. Smash Bros, Mafia, pizza, Rush ordered lots of pizza, and just an overall super fun night. But of course, by the time the party finished, I think I'd been up for, 30 young hours. Beach day. After Michael's French toast, we went to the convention center and got our wristbands and lanyards. And then, the beach. What could go wrong? We'll have a beach. The toilets were pitch black and terrifying to use. But that was it! Beach day? more like best day. Chucking each other into waves, burying people into sand, collapsing a T-pose of impending doom onto those who even volleyball, and saying a word every time someone hits the ball. Sack. James letting me try a fresh pretzel with American cheese. I don't know if this is nice.
I don't want it.
Sushi with Dominic and his crew. And finishing the day hanging out at Kurt's and grabbing pizza. Again. I actually ended up leaving Burrito behind. We haven't heard of him since. It was French toast round 2, and then off to the convention center to go check out some panels. And a lot of us learned a bunch of stuff on how to make our videos better.
Why is Jesus here?
Even getting some top tips from MatPat himself. But hey, that's just the 3rd day. On a Thursday. Thanks for going to the panel. And alongside these panels, this day was legendary. Our Airbnb crew did an escape room where they somehow found our channels. And that wasn't a good thing. And my friends Chris and Alyssa from Tanimato and Illumation invited me to a lunch hosted by It's Alex Clark. And it was awesome getting the chance to meet a bunch of peeps who I hadn't gotten the chance to see yet. Also, Tabs fell asleep. Day 4, or day 2, if you're just counting VidCon, which, why would you? You silly gremlin. Ivan, say something gay.
Mad's channel is so good.
Next up for the day was the meetup.
I am here.
James is really good at this. And this meetup was crazy.
This is cool.
We actually had to be escorted through the backstage and staff-only areas since we were worried we would get swarmed by the actual VidCon event.
This is insane.
After the animation meetup, we had lunch hosted by Frederator. I also got a chance to meet Jaden and Dave. And Dave actually complimented me on my editing for James, and that was super kind of him, and really cool. Now after this, I joined Turtle, Tabs, Speechy, French Pineapple, and Emerichu for karaoke. And this probably turned out to be the funniest part of the entire trip. I really want to do this again. We tried that the day after, but it didn't work. After this, we headed to Kurt's AirBNB to eat s'mores and have a good time. And Turtle tried to climb over a fence. When we got to VidCon, we decided to do an obstacle course with the boys. I didn't win. Then we all went over to where James's panel was going to be. And now at the back of the room was just a giant line of animators sitting there menacingly. And during the panel, me and Rush thought that we should ask Mr. Big Boss Man James some very serious questions that needed to be answered. And then we finished off the night with loads of us heading over to Kurt's house. Again, we went there like 3 times during the trip. Chris got the chance to show me his sketchbook, more of those damn schmores, and just an awesome final night with some of the coolest people I know. This day may just be the definition of sad boy hours. Speechy woke up at 4 in the morning to get to the airport, and as she was getting up, she whacked her head on a metal pole of our bunk bed. So, that's a big ouch. And she needed one of us to let her out since you could only get out using the keys of the apartment. But wait a second. Burrito left earlier than Speechy and never used the keys. Does that mean... Jesus Christ! Then once we woke up, the 6 of us headed to Kurt's house for breakfast. Featuring Michael's French toast.
Bitch.
This is where we said our final goodbyes for a lot of people. So we hugged. We hugged a lot. Then a few of us got a lift to Mars's house. Thanks, Billy. And the remainder of the day was pretty chill. We played Smash, Jackbox, Adam showed me the power of sugar-covered lemons, and then it was final hugs and goodbyes, as me and Mars got on an Uber, heading straight to LAX. Oh yeah, to give context, me and Mars had flights which were an hour apart, so we decided to go to the airport together. And it actually turned out that our flights were at the same terminal. What? How? But hey, at least the Uber driver was normal. Hey guys, wanna know how to open your third eye? No thanks, no. Wait. Before we get into the outro, just take a look at this. I'm probably gonna regret this. It's probably a bad idea, and I probably shouldn't be allowed a microphone after this has occurred. So yeah, thank you patrons. This is your fault. The Marshmallow Guy Blaze, Bill Bob the guy who can't sing, Lego Man 1, 2, 3, Timothy Harris, a Pig Prince Charlie Jones, You Like Jazz, and Minima and Hugh Denay. That's all of them. Alright, so it's currently 1 in the morning and I finally finished this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. This was a blast to make and I'm probably going to look back at this a lot just because of how memorable this trip was and how great it was to see all my friends for the first time. Anyways, enough of me rambling. A huge thank you to Ivan Animated and TheOdd1sOut for providing some lines for spicing up this video. And yeah, if you guys want to check them out, you know who they are, and if you want to see some of my stuff, I'll have a link to them at the end. Oh yeah, here's some lines from James, which were quite funny.
Mads?
So that's going to do it for this collab. Be sure to hit that like button.